Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, March 27th, 2025. It is 4:30 in the PM and I am out scoping the area around the rehearsal studio. As you can see, this is the part over by the river. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everybody kind of an update, but while I was thinking about the update, I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit of stuff that was kind of in the same vein as the update, and that is, excuse me, my skin everywhere is itchy because of the hard water. My whole body it's itchy. I need to get some lotion. Yeah, that's what it's called. But evidently, there's this thing called hot water that I didn't have at the studio. I had warm water, and evidently, if you take showers with very, very hot water, all your skin gets super itchy. So I'm not jonesing or any of that crap. So what I wanted to talk about is how I'm adjusting to Minneapolis, but as I walked over here, I just kind of was looking for a way to exercise. As I walked over here, it's this abandoned silo. I'm sure it's some kind of, I don't know, grain. It's down by the river, so whatever. I only know grain silos. I don't know anything else. So this one is old and rusty. And the thing that I noticed about old and rusty Minnesota stuff is that it looks different than old and rusty Dallas stuff. I don't know if it's just because I'm in a different city. I don't know enough about architecture to say, well, that's the way this is and that is, but I do definitely realize that while I'm driving around Minneapolis, I am seeing the same kinds of prefab apartments and, what Dallas used to have, which is affordable housing, right? So, as I drive along, by the way, this arm got tired, so I had to switch. As I drove around, I started to notice that the old and abandoned stuff in Minneapolis is far more interesting looking to me than the stuff in Dallas. Now, that could be because I've seen that stuff all my life, and particularly since the year 2000 when I started living in really shitty neighborhoods. When I moved into Moontunes, it was kind of like this in Dallas at that time, but Dallas eats its old abandoned places very quickly. It gets rid of it and puts up condominiums for $100,000 millionaires. So, I like that Minneapolis still looks kind of interesting despite it being a modern city. And it's, the people here, I don't want to go into saying, oh, I like Minneapolis people more than Dallas people. It's just, I'm new here and I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I remember you, or I've heard of you, or whatever. So I'm getting a lot of warm receptions from these people. And I can't say I don't like it. Probably will pause here because I'm thinking of what else to talk about. Okay. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about in particular is the driving in traffic situation here. When I lived here before, I was Texas Robert, or Texas Rockula, or whatever you want to say. And I was super aggro, and that was also in traffic. And Minneapolis people, I remember the first time I moved here, it bugged the shit out of me, because what you had were a lot of pokey motherfuckers who took their time to make their decisions on what they were going to do. And obviously, I realize that that's the way you're supposed to be. You're supposed to take measured and careful decisions and then execute them. But in Dallas, you know, you can be zen, but you're going to end up, it's going to take you a good 10 more minutes to get to where you want to go. Seriously, I'm not joking around. Dallas people are super fucking aggro in traffic. Anywho, so I just had to realize that Minneapolis is the place where I want to be to make myself a better person and more patient and more Zen Rockula. By the way, I hope that you can hear me because it's a little bit windy outside. I probably will start to bring my field recorder with the windscreen on it, because I think I might like to use this area to talk to the people. All right, so I forgot where I was at. Traffic, people, everything's going well. My host family has told me that they're not saying, okay, get the hell out by May 1st. But what they are saying is that the number of rooms for rent is going to go through the roof that are available, what I'm saying, because school is about to let out, U of M is about to let out, and all of those students that were renting rooms have left for the summer, and now there's going to be a lot of rooms available. You can always say that works in theory, and we'll see what happens. But it's sound theory to me. So for sure, I'm going to be moving into my own room for rent around May. So right now, the cap for me is about $500. And people are like, how the hell can you live in a $500 room? Well, it's because I don't have anything anymore. The move from Dallas to here, I had to leave a quarter of my stuff behind because I got screwed by the van rental company, but whatever, I'm not going to whine about that. Anyways, it's this is what I've wanted, and you can't do it in Dallas. There you go. There's the thing in the background again. I always wanted to have a place where I can live, and living meaning going to sleep, getting up, taking a shower, going out, making money, working on my Rockula production stuff, and going out and networking, coming home, going to bed, maybe, watch a little YouTube on the bed or something with some headphones in, whatever. But yeah, so this is the town I can do that in. There is no such thing as there's a room for rent in Dallas. I looked for rooms for rent while I was in Dallas, but they were super sketchy, and Minneapolis is just built, the houses in Minneapolis are built different. There's a lot of basements. There's a lot of detached rooms that have their own exit. Like, you'll see like a one-story house, and maybe there's a bedroom upstairs, and that bedroom has an external staircase going out of it. It's weird. Dallas doesn't have anything like that, and if they do, it's in the Richie Rich section, and it was the houses that were for the help, if you know what I mean. By the way, this is the river that we're looking at. I'm going to turn it around here. There's some Boyds. So, yeah, no $500 a month rooms or apartments or whatever. And those people, I hope, aren't being sketchy. I think it's time for me to turn around. All right, so no apartments in Dallas for $500 a month. So right now, I find probably 5 or 10 on on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. And I'm also doing this so I can keep an eye on that fucking white truck that saw me, went down and circled around. Spidey sense, everybody. Even when I'm talking about my own favorite subject, which is me, I notice shit like people that could be possibly casing me. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm confident that I can find a $500 or less apartment. And when I mean apartment, I mean room for rent. And the rent at my studio is $300, so $800 a month is not unreasonable. And I've got a car now that I can deliver food. I applied to DoorDash, and all they have to do now is they have to wait for the background check to go through, and I'm clear to make some money delivering food. I've been told that by one of my friends that actually does it, that I have a problem with delivering people. Picking up people, that's not my thing. I do not want to interact with people in my car or any of that bullshit. But my friend Gino, who is also a Patreon supporter, said go to the airport at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and all you're going to get are straight-laced people who could care less. You're just you're the driver, and that's how I would like to be treated. I've seen all the videos of people vomiting in the back of the car and people threatening and using all kinds of abusive language, and I just don't like the thought of somebody being behind me in a car potentially being able to attack me, So, Kung Pao Chicken doesn't vomit on your back seat, and it doesn't threaten to kick your ass when you don't agree with him about Trump. Anyways, so then there's the upcoming tour with Sister Paul, which is now about 3/4 of the way booked. Right now I have Des Moines, I have Kansas City, I'm still looking at something in Oklahoma, but we will be in Dallas for the July 4th weekend, the 4th and the 5th, and possibly the 6th. We're still nebulous on that area. By the way, oh yeah, Sister Paul is a duo from Japan, and they are going to come over here and get in a tiny little 4-door car with me and go to Texas and back. So yeah, we'll be in Dallas for the 4th of July weekend. Don't have anything scheduled after that until Memphis on July 9th. I really want to play Louisville, Kentucky, because there might be a chance that I could meet one of my favorite podcasters. And if you know me, you know who that is. Then St. Louis. I really would like to get in with the Melody Inn in Indianapolis, because they have that famous punk rock night. I've been trying forever to get in there, and I finally got a response, but I didn't get a confirmation yet. Lots of places in Chicago that I've applied to, and also St. Louis. So it would be, down to Dallas, Memphis, and then back up again to Minneapolis. I've got a show on there. By the way, they're coming in June 25th. I thought I'd give them a couple of days to acclimate before I started cracking the whip and putting them to work. But yeah, so I want to do like a special kind of fundraising before the tour party where I print up special shirts. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I'll get to t-shirts in a second too. But yeah, I'll print up special shirts, and then those will be like, do a run of 25 or whatever, how many get pre-ordered. And my other idea is I want to take about 100 shirts with me. And these are going to be Sister Paul / the Ramon shirts. They're not going to be, we're not taking each of our own shirts, because I want, first of all, we're going to split the cost and the profits. But I don't want anybody to, like, for instance, if Sister Paul doesn't sell a lot of shirts, they're here from another country and they need that money. So it's a special shirt. It goes to both of us. And yeah, I'm gonna make like an online store. I was like, what the hell is that? It's a rock that looks like something alien. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna have shirts, probably 100 shirts. Fit all of the, I made a special touring drum set. You saw the video for that, I hope. And we're just gonna go to Texas and back. And yeah, so I'll give you more deets. I mean, that's in late June, so there's still another month for me to get you up to date on what's going on. So then I screened my first set of custom order the Ramon Japanese Tour 2024 shirts for the people who needed something larger than a medium. And so that means I met a guy that his name is Rad. Hey Rad! And R-O-D, Rod. And he is very happy to let me pay him some money and to allow me to do this stuff with my own two hands. So I screened those new shirts. Wait, I'll just stay on the sidewalk. What am I doing? I screened new shirts by hand, and now I know how to do it, and I need to get reps in. But if I do 100, I'm gonna do this. He's got a machine that he does it on. So yeah, moved in, got a car, got insurance, have a safe place to stay until I can find a place to live. Got enough money right now to finance myself for a couple of months. Got the ability to make money as soon as my DoorDash background check goes through. Doing the tour. Oh yeah, I'm also doing obviously local stuff. Let's add that. Not just the Ramon, but Multiple Man. So yeah, it's I've got another song that's going to be featured on the Jim Cornette podcast. So that's coming up. I'll post that as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for right now, and I'll get you caught up if there's anything new that I need to tell you about. And thank you very much for supporting me, and see you next time.